So that's the city part. I'm seeing water going down.
And it looks like PVC. This is Vince with Bulldog Rooter on job number 34716992. This is an upload video. We got called out for a video inspection of the customer's sewer line. There's a prospective buyer of a property for sale. Started with the camera, and my camera actually stopped working. I thought there might have been a lip or something in the pipe I was running to, but no. Returned with a new reel, and I ran the camera all the way from the outside cleanout to the city sewer, which is where the camera is sitting now at 95 feet. We're pulling back into the customer's private line. You can see right at the sewer, there's roots coming in right there.
So that's a root right at the edge there?
That's a root right at the tie-in to the sewer.
But it still looks like it's still open pretty good.
Yeah, it is.
And this is the 6-inch part?
This is the 6-inch clay.
Okay, so a little bit of roots there.
Right, and you notice the spider webs and egg sacs? There's actually bugs walking around there. So that means if you can have an ecosystem of bugs in it, you can tell it's been working and it hasn't been filled. It's a tiny little break right there in the clay. This is a 111-year-old clay pipe.
So basically those are just sections we're seeing.
This is
the pipe that they put together?
Yep, and this is what I mean by pitting. You can tell a hydrojetter's been ran through here because there's kind of just little dimples all throughout. That's right where the pressure jet was hitting.
Okay. Well, there's a little bit of root there.
Tiny little root.
And that's just ratted where they're joining together.
Even a jetter couldn't remove that one because that's what I call a hair root. I mean, I'd have to sit there working with the jetter for 10 minutes and then it's just not worth the risk.
Because it's just pushing that way.
Yeah, the more you service the line, it's an invasive process.
Right. Well, it'd be a long time before that would cause a problem.
Right. Years, hopefully. So we're still pulling back in the clay.
A little bit there.
Here's a transition. See that drop right there? This is 6-inch to 4-inch. That's at 74 feet. So that's probably where your property line begins. Typically you see 6-inch in the street.
Okay.
And 4-inch.
So that's probably under the sidewalk or something.
Right. So here is the root intrusion I talked to you about.
Okay.
And it's actually, I realize now it's in the 4-inch. But honestly, with the 3-inch blade, we could do a cabling service for you right now. I don't think I could remove much more of that.
Right.
I don't think it's worth your money to do it yet. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
You kind of want to wait until...
It's still pretty open, really.
Right, and this is the worst of the root intrusions I've seen.
And that's, again, where two pipes are coming together.
Yeah, so the clay, it's 3-foot segments. And to fit the pipe 100 years ago, they set it at the angle they needed to get to, and they put jet set, a quick-drying concrete around it.
Okay. So
this one's actually done pretty well. I've seen them before where the plumbers of the concrete got in the line, and that can cause clogs. No issues of that nature. But just more of that pitting, you see that?
Right. Yeah, so you don't want to over-clean it.
You don't want to over-service it, especially old clay.
A little bit there?
Yeah.
Is that more cracking or more roots?
That is actually some spider webs, it looks like, and some roots there on the left.
Okay.
That looks like maybe some paper or something that's hanging out there. Next flush should clear it out. So more spider webs there. Spider webs mean the line, hasn't been holding water for a long time, which is good. Some roots growing in parallel with the pipe there. Not even really forming a blockage.
So now we're in the PVC?
Yeah, so...
ABS,
yeah, I thought it was at 33 feet, but this is at 58. There might be clay coming back, too. This is the transition from 4-inch clay to 4-inch PVC. There's a little bit of a lip on the bottom of the pipe.
Yeah, so
there should never be water pooling in a sewer line. It's a drain. It should only be holding water when it's actively draining.
Okay. So do you think that's dropped down a little bit then? Or?
Yeah, so essentially, in order to band up to clay pipe, you use what's called a strong back, a shielded no-hub. It's basically a rubber sleeve, and it's possible when this line was bedded, they set something heavy on top of it, and the PVC kind of settled a bit in that rubber coupler.
Okay. And so what distance is that from here?
That's 58 feet from the cleanout.
So that could have been a temporary...
So that was a spot repair. Yeah.
Right.
So it could have been a break there. This is a tree-lined street, so I mean, you saw the sewer. Even the
yeah.
sewer, 10, 12 feet deep, there's roots coming into it. So back to 4-inch clay.
So a little bit of roots coming up there, not much.
Yeah, and here as well. Again, I don't even think I could clear that. Even with the jetter, I don't think I could remove that tiny bit. That's a big spider web.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how long the place has been vacant.
I would imagine
At least
not
a
long.
month and a half.
Okay. Alright, we're still pulling back. This 3-foot section has been heavily jetted, probably more so than the rest of the line.
Right.
That tells me this is likely where clogs form. If someone's been running a jetter here real hard.
And how far?
That was 42 feet.
Yeah, there's no tree out there, so I mean,
Right, who knows? The tree roots,
One down,
yeah, they can travel so far underground.
yeah.
Okay, and another little lip. We're transitioning back to 4-inch PVC, and again, just
Is that
like
all
the
water?
other, yeah, there's water. So the bottom of the pipe from this perspective is the top left corner. Again, the pipes aren't perfectly like touching each other, right? There's a bit of a gap, and you can barely make out that rubber coupler there.
Yeah.
Right, so that's the second repair that was done to the line.
Ideally, yeah. Ideally, so that's right at 33.5 feet. The pipe should perfectly touch each other and form a good connection.
Right.
That could be where some of the spiders and bugs are getting in. It's a fitting there.
So is that all PVC or ABS or whatever from there back to here then?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So
So
4
a
inch.
big chunk of the clay has been replaced already.
Yeah, so they've done work. It's kind of odd not to see a permit. My company, I would be in big trouble to do
that
this.
kind of stuff, you
That
think, yeah,
much,
they
Well,
would.
yeah, and look, this is probably running real close to the sewer line.
Uh-huh.
So I mean, they like to check that sort of thing. You know, gas
Yeah, they
lines,
do.
you don't ever want to hit one during
No.
excavation. And your water line, I mean, who knows how close that is? It could be in the same trench. My house, the gas, the water, and the sewer are all together in the same trench.
That's fun.
So I told my wife I don't ever want to dig that up.
No.
Nope. Just move.
Yep. All right, so there's some paper right there. You can see with how we're holding water, this is a real good example. I'm glad someone used the restroom. The paper's hanging out there, which means the pipe doesn't have quite as strong a grade as it could. There shouldn't be stagnant water. Again, I don't mean to sound like a broken record, but that tells me there's a spot without grade. A
Right.
4-inch pipe needs to be dropping 1/8 of an inch per foot of run for the entire length. So see that paper stops in its tracks?
Yeah.
The next toilet flush will probably carry it out to the sewer, but that just shows you solid stop.
Yeah, not much more.
Exactly. So see, the camera head's about 1 inch in diameter. See that paper hanging out there?
Yeah.
So there's a section here closest to the cleanout. We transition back to ABS here that doesn't have strong grade. That's why there's water hanging out constantly. So, see, there's paper there too. And see, the bottom of the cleanout, you can just see that with a naked eye. It's holding water and the water isn't really going anywhere. This concludes the video inspection. Thank you for choosing Bulldog Rooter.